In this video, I want to start styling our WordPress Ultra Simple PayPal shopping cart. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to start with the button here. You don't have any choice within this plugin of which button to use. This is just the default button. However, there is a way for you to eliminate this button and put in your own. It is a little bit awkward though, so let's go take a look at that. So in our settings here, we have an item that says Custom PayPal Button. Now, we check that off because that seems to mean we can put in our own PayPal button, except there is no place to put an image URL. For example, in the Add to Cart button here, I can change the text, or if I put in a URL, it'll actually change the button to whatever I want. For some reason, they didn't do that with Custom PayPal Button. So we check this off and we're not quite sure what's going to happen. How do we change this? Well, let's try it and see what happens. So we've told it, don't use the Checkout PayPal button. And it complies. It doesn't use it at all. In fact, there's nothing there. Now, you could actually click on this and check out. The button is there technically as a form. There's just no image. There's nothing there for it. So how do we put in our own? Well, the way you do it is, again, through settings here. Notice that it says here WP Cart Checkout Button. Beside it, it says Cart Button Class Name. Now, it seems like this is related to the Add to Cart button. Comes right after it, says Cart Button. In fact, this is the Checkout Button class name, and it's related to the Custom PayPal button. Is that unclear enough for you? All right, let's do this. We're going to put in our own class name. This is what we want to do, and this allows us, I'll just call it My PayPal Button. This is going to allow us to use our own style sheet in our theme to do this. Okay, so I update my options, and when I refresh here, you'll find out what's happened here. And there we go. We still don't have a button. However, when I display this, we're going to analyze it here. Look what it says. It now says My PayPal Button. So it's using the class that I want, that I'm going to put in my style sheet. So what do we do there? Well, let me show you in our text editor. So I've set this up ahead of time here. My PayPal Button, that's the name of our class. I'm going to give it the width of our button. I already know what size my button is, 210 pixels. Its height is 80. I have to specify that, and we'll see why in a moment. And make sure there's no border, just in case it wants to put in a border because of the image. Now the background is going to be where we put the URL for the image. All right, where do I get that from? Well, I've got to upload it to WordPress first. So let's go do that. All right, we'll go over to our Media, Add New. Okay, I'm going to select Files. I'm going to grab my Checkout button. Here we go. It's going to upload it. Notice it's got the credit card symbols on it. That's very important for me. I like people to know that they don't have to have a PayPal account. All right, so let's grab this. We'll highlight the URL for the file. We'll copy it. And then we're going to go back to our text editor. And I just pasted in here to our URL. All right, I've got everything I need. I copy this. Okay. In this particular case, I'm just going to go straight to the server and change it right on there on the FTP program. Normally, I would do this on my style sheet, then upload it, but I don't want to go through all those steps. There we go. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to literally edit this live right on the site. And I scroll down here. I always like to put these at the end of my style sheet. And I've already indicated, I actually have an indicator up here that says these are additions that I've made, just so I know what I've changed on it. And I just paste it right in there, okay? And I save. So now the system knows where to go to look for that button. And here's what happens. There we go. Now we have our own checkout button. And watch what happens. Remember I specified the height of it? If I didn't specify that height, watch what happens. Take out height. It would just be flat. There'd be nothing there. So I have to give it the exact height of the button. And there we go. So now that's how you actually put in your own checkout button so you can customize it exactly the way you want. Now, there are other things we need to look at with styling, and I'm going to continue with that as we look at the WordPress Ultra Simple PayPal Shopping Cart plugin.